Hey guys, welcome back to another Juicy Bits. We've got another Friday with Friends with Kate Volman. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
And in today's video, we want to share a paradoxical tip with you. I want to share a tip with you about how to get more done, how to get more business, but it's a little counterintuitive. And it starts with a story about what Kate had to tell me when she came into the office today. So Kate, when you came in earlier today and you sat down, what were you so excited to report to me on?
I was so excited to report that over the past few weeks, I've been saying no to a lot of projects.
Is this men or is this business?
Are men projects? Actually, yeah, they kind of are.
The wrong ones.
It's been projects, so I've been putting together my 2016 marketing plan and what I really foresee happening in my business next year. And I've been getting some interesting opportunities, people that are calling me, and it just doesn't fit my plan. Doesn't fit my plan. It's not where I'm going. It's not what I do. So I've been saying no to things that normally I would have said yes to and tried to make it work.
And these are opportunities that are coming to you. Things
Yes.
people are bringing to you, right? Not just ideas you had. But
No.
they're wide open, ready to go.
Yep.
Ready for the taking.
Ready for the taking.
Ready for the taking.
Yeah,
It's
and
the hardest thing to say no to, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they're good projects, they're fun projects, and I'm able to refer them out to friends or other people that I think would be able to work with them. But it's just really freeing to be able to say no to something when I know it's just not the opportunity for me.
Okay, so this is great because you told us why you were saying no to it. So to put you on the spot a little bit, what kind of filters are you using? What does it feel like when you get presented with something that's not right?
So now I think being in business for a couple years, it's a lot easier to understand what I know I can do for someone and not. So when I talk to someone, it becomes really clear to me when I kind of flush out what they're really looking to do, what kind of strategy they really need, and I can know right away, do I do that or do I not? And a lot of times I know how to, I can do it, but it's not what my business really is or not my plan for what my business will look like next year. So it makes it really easy
Taking you further away from your goals, not closer
exactly.
to your goals, right?
So
Yeah.
like short term would be fine.
Yeah.
But long term, it's really not going to serve me or really the client either. I want to make sure that I'm doing what's best for them too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that's been written about this, but the prevailing theme here is that the quickest way to not get anything done is to say yes to everything, which is the intuition, right? People are bringing you all this great stuff, and I talk about this all the time. I feel like it's a trap. I remember in my 20s when I started getting a little bit of business success and everybody knew that I had this company and I was able to do all this really cool stuff with internet marketing, more and more people kept bringing me more and more opportunities. But they weren't the opportunities that I was already doing. They were new challenges and what I thought they were bigger, better opportunities. And it was like, God, opportunity. Opportunity. It was like, it was like a cat. Or like a Christmas with tree ornaments. And it held me back, and I joke about that all the time. And like my business would have been 10 times the size it was, by the time I was 30, if I wouldn't have gotten distracted over and over again. Because it was always those distractions that were, mispackaged as opportunities that didn't pan out. They were distracting, and they took me away from what was my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So it's. I understand if you're doing it, if you're saying yes to everything.
It's so easy to do, especially when you're new. I think when you start out, you start a new business, you kind of want to take on those projects just to see if it's something that you do want to continue to do. And so it's really important to kind of reevaluate every couple months, every year, and just see what worked, what didn't, and then really clearly what to say no to.
I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. When I was starting the company in my early 20s, all this new internet stuff was new, and I would have never got off the ground if I didn't just say yes to everything.
Right.
But it's the epitome of the what got you here isn't going to get you there. And at some point, you mature into a point where you're really good at something, right? And you're like, hey, one of your filters can be, hey, I'm not going to be the best person to do this for you. Meanwhile, I have this other stuff over here that nobody's better at than me or my company or my product. And so every time I say yes to this new stuff, I'm, under-delivering. I'm going to have a result that's not a 10 out of 10. And I could be doing these other things over here that are 10 out of 10s every single time.
Yeah, and people really appreciate that too. That's the cool part, is that people that have come to me with projects that I've said no to, they come back to me and say, is this a good fit for you? And again, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but they really appreciate just being really candid about, that's not what, you want the expert in that, and that's not me.
I think almost everybody I say no to something that they bring me, they say, well, what is it that you want? What can I bring you, right? And now you have this credibility platform to tell people what you're really good at. And they're like, well, he must really know how to do this because he's saying no to all these other. I'm trying to give this person money, and like they're saying yes to this. So all of a sudden, I'm an authority on this other idea.
Mm-hmm.
And Kate and I were preparing for this, and we laughed. And I want you to say, like, people kind of get upset, right? Sometimes the wrong people can't get their head wrapped around why you can say no to this.
Yeah, I definitely have had people say, how could you say no to a project? How could you say no to money? And I'm thinking, because again, I want what's best for the client. I want what's best for me. Mm-hmm. And short term, again, it's different. You have to look short term versus long term. And long term, I want to grow my business, and I know what that's going to take.
Absolutely. It comes back to the law of resources, right? There's only a finite amount of time, and there's only a finite amount of attention. And if you're saying yes to everything, then you're going to be stretched so thin that your business is never going to grow. Mm-hmm. That's the easiest way I can explain the logic behind how this paradox works. Is that if you're so committed and you're being pulled by the marketplace, or you're pulled by your customers, and you're doing all this stuff because you never say no to money, then you're never saying yes to your business, right?
Yeah.
You're never developing expertise, you're never really getting really good at what you're doing. And when people try to refer you, they don't know how to refer you. They're just saying, call Kate, call Jeremy. What did they do? Well, do a little bit of everything, And so they're like, well, I already got a quote, so I'll see if Kate can do it cheaper. I mean, that's what you're putting yourself into the range to be referred to versus being an expert, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
So say no.
So give the audience some advice. So you've been in this mindset. You're planning for 2016. What are you saying yes to, and how are you magnifying those opportunities? I mean, are you worried that you're not going to have enough opportunities?
No, absolutely not. Again, it's such a freeing experience. I remember the first time I said no to working with a client because, again, it didn't make sense. And I felt so awesome when I got off the phone because just the idea of the project got me so stressed out because, again, I know how to do it. I know the resources I would need to execute it, but it wasn't in my wheelhouse of really what I wanted to do. So this was, I just felt great knowing that I said no to it. And then other opportunities came up more in what I wanted to do. So that's really what it is just focus on what you know you're good at, what you know you're going to do, and that business is going to come. And the more specific, again, like you said, when you're very specific in what you do, people then start to know exactly what to come to you for instead of just throwing everything out at you. But it's still cool because I still get people that come to me and ask for business in anything really related to marketing, which I appreciate because I can refer them to other people that I know and trust.
Absolutely. And so one of the things people say to me is, if I say no to this, I'm not fully booked. I don't have enough work right now to keep me busy. And if I say no to this opportunity, I'm only going to be 50% booked. And I say, fantastic. You have 50% of your time to go get more of the right clients.
Exactly.
Right? Because if you're stressed out, and specifically talking about businesses that are service providers, we all appreciate the service sell roller coaster. Service sell. You go out and you sell a bunch of work, and then you have to do it, and then no more work's coming in, and then you're like, holy crap, we got to go get more work. And you're doing that because you're saying yes to everything, which is a total catalyst for that.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate you guys listening in today. I appreciate you sharing the wins with everyone, Kate. Good job on saying no to so many great things. Excited about what's happening in 2016. So I hope everybody understands this. Keep this on your mind. Remember this video. The next time things are popping up and you're not sure what to say yes and no to, ask yourself if you've got your litmus test, if you've got your criteria for what is a good opportunity for you. And it's amazing. Once you understand, get laser focused on what a good opportunity looks like, they're going to come out of nowhere, out of the woodwork.
That's right.
I wish I could wear my socks in these somehow.
You can. You should just do
Don't hate me.